I wanted to work with Karyn, and when I read it, I was so affected by it emotionally, and it was something I'd never done before. And I wondered if I actually would be able to do it, which is always good, you know, as an actor, because it means you're pushing into places that you haven't been. And I read it when I was on a plane, and then I reread it, and I called up and said, look, I know Karyn Kusama, and I know she's not thinking of me for this role, but would there be any chance that she'd be interested? And that sort of got the ball rolling. I mean, it's a departure in the sense of it's territory I've never explored, and physically I've never, you know, been asked to play a woman that looks like this or behaves like this, and that was a real, I think, you know, Karyn took a real chance on me. I mean, it was a risk to cast me in the role, and I just really wanted it to be authentic and real, and I wanted people to believe it. But I just liked the way she sort of just jumped in. A lot of it's handheld, and there's a frenetic quality to the filmmaking and a muscular quality to the filmmaking, which I think helps the performance. So as much as it was territory that I haven't walked before, I felt safe in her hands doing it. I mean, I want to support female directors at this time in my career. I'm really actively doing that, looking to do that. And so that was part of the appeal, definitely. At the same time, she was just the right person for this film. I grew up watching these films, but I didn't grow up watching these films with women starring in them. I grew up watching these films from the 70s with men starring in them. And so I suppose I've always, in the back of my mind, gone, wouldn't that be great to find something along those lines of those crime thrillers and dramas from the 70s, but where are they? And I'm certainly not. They're not coming to me. So when this arrived and the way in which she described it, I thought, this is new and it's unusual. Even though it's coming from a particular male background, it's new because it's a woman. It was what I call that sort of, you know, scrappy filmmaking, where you're just like, if we don't get in there and do it now, we're just not going to have the sequence. So we need to be rough and go for it. But I think that vibrates through and people feel that.